So, you guys just saw my first set. I'm at PFIT today. Caved in and got a membership, so here I am. A lot of people like to dog on PFIT, or at least that's what I hear. I think every time I see another content creator at PFIT, they're defending it. So it's like, well, who actually is dogging on PFIT? Because PFIT's great. It's cheap. 15 bucks a month, $1 down payment. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I'll hop on that. I mean, you might say, oh, what about the lunk alarm or something like that? I'm not throwing around dumbbells. I'm not making loud noises. I'm not worried about it. It's a little busy, though. It's like 12 o'clock, and there's still a buttload of people in here. But, c'est la vie. All the machines are open, which is what's nice about PFIT. Is they got all these machines, right? You know, the dumbbells only go up to 80, so there's no real point in doing that. They only have the Smith machines. Some places, some PFITs, you can find bench presses, like regular old free weight barbells and stuff. That would be an absolute gem. When I went back home, they had just regular old squat rack and barbells at the PFIT there. I was very surprised. I mean, it was nice. Don't get me wrong. I don't actually think I used it at all, though, just because it wasn't in my training block at the time. But c'est la vie. Uh, yes, the one downside of PFIT is these are made for general pop. So if you're a tall guy, short guy, these aren't going to exactly fit you. Or if you're like me and you have a body part that's strong, like my back, I just maxed this machine out and did however many reps you saw. I think I failed on 11. Yeah. So we're going to have to come in here with a gym pin if we want to keep this up, which gym pin at PFIT might be crossing a line. Don't know. I mean, we'll have to see what the vibes are like. If I lug one here and they immediately get on me about it, well, then I know maybe this isn't the place for me. But it was this, or spend 40 a month at any time, and you gotta have like at least be there for a year, and you gotta have the $100 sign up fee. Man, there was an Anytime right by my house when I first moved here. Fell for that trap. That was dumb. Don't do that. Go cheap, all right? Especially if you're not sure if you're going to stick to it. I mean, you might think, oh, well, I already spent this much money on it, so that'll keep me motivated to do it. It won't. Sadly, that is, sunk cost fallacy. Let's hit another set. Good. Failure at 10. Whew. Tell you what, don't hate this machine. Not even a little bit. I love this machine. Man, I'm thinking about hitting another set. Hmm. Do I hit another set? Nah. I'm good. Got a whole workout ahead of me. Alright. So, I'm just going to do some lateral raises. They had a cuff here. Was pleasantly surprised by that. Thought I'd have to like wrap up use my Versa grips and like use the little ring on there, which isn't what it's meant for, but Would have given it a shot. But no, they got this. It's a little iffy. I mean, it's not perfect. Honestly, might be better than the ones at my home gym, though, because those ones are filled with crap in the Velcro. But anyways, PFIT. Filming in PFIT is tricky, because I don't want to be having people in the background or people that don't want to be seen, or because I understand it's public space and you are allowed to film in here, but you want to be respectful and such about it. I think that's the bare minimum. Keep your tripod out of the way. But that's why I like my rec center, is because I can just use the whole gym to myself. Nobody's there at 12. I mean, very scarcely are there ever people that late. There are sometimes, but you know, whatever. Ooh, one thing I did want to talk about while I was over there, I was using a chest supported row machine, right? Now that is amazing because it takes your core out of it. You don't have to pull here while bracing here and trying to go all the way through your limbs to use your power. You can just pull and the pad pushes against you instead of going through your legs, through your core. Now, the one knock I would have against that is, well, in that case, you can't really do, you aren't really working your lower back, your erectors. Now, I kind of view them the same way as I view forearms. If you're worried about them, go ahead, train them directly. Or for me, my legs are a strong point, so I can hit them doing SLDLs or RDLs. That stuff's going to work my lower back too. So it all depends on how you want to manage it. But what you don't want to do is be like me in my first few years, do everything chest supported, only do stuff where you're sitting back like leg press and never work your lower back. That's lower back is one of the ones that, like, if you're strong there, people will think you lift. I'll get back to that after this set. Problem I have with my shoulders is that I kind of slouch, so they lose their capness, versus if I held them up here. That might just be a posture issue. Lower back. If you are watching this and you are an athlete, right, lower back is like, core in general is going to be how any of your energy, your force gets transferred to your upper body. So like if I'm a lineman, sure, maybe I can bench 315, and maybe I can squat 500, but if my core sucks, well, I can't get that 500-pound squat up here, right? Or I can't push with my full 300 bench because I'm failing at my core. I think that's one of the most important pieces to becoming quote-unquote functional or athletic, or just for general health, is training your core, your lower back. God, I hate these handles they put on the crossover cables. Makes it so you can't, like usually I'd be leaning against this. Whatever. What sucks about this handle being here, right, is that when I'm going this way, I'm doing this arm, I'm all the way here. So the line of force is different when I'm sitting in here versus when I flip over and I'm kind of stepped out a little more because of this thing. right? Kind of brace it against this. Now I'm going like this. Well, that changes the line of force because now it's coming more at an angle, right? Than if I were like over here. That and the point I'm looking at over here is right there. You can't see, but I have a point of reference of how high I want to get my range of motion. When I do this side, it completely changes it. That's why I hate having to do this on a crossover setup with these things in the way, but say lobby, I'm working with what I got. Plus this cuff is way too big. It's too big so it isn't tight on my wrist, so it slips down. Super frustrating. The fix might be to put, I have my wrist wraps right. The fix could be to put my wrist wraps behind this, tight, so it doesn't slip. I'm not gonna do all that. It's too much work for what it's worth. It's not slipping down bad. If it was, I'd do it, but it just slips down a little and then it's good. So I like to wait between arms. Why? Well, think about it this way. If you just did a squat, you're not going to jump straight into bench press because it's, yes, it's different muscles, but you're still tired. I don't think that plays as big of a deal. If you want to do one arm, do the other arm immediately, and then wait 3 minutes, I wouldn't throw a fuss about it. What I just do instead is I just wait 2 minutes in between each arm, or like a minute and a half plus turning my music on and all that. It's the same logic as resting between different working sets. I wish that these stacks were like the ones at the rec center that go up by 10 pounds each, but they have less pulleys. So it's like this is literally, I'm just doing half the weight I would do at the rec center because there's just like 2 pulleys instead of 1 or whatever. I don't actually know how many there are, but I prefer the ones at the rec center because they have these 5-pound things here. Well, at the rec center, I put this on. That actually means something because I'm going up 5 pounds instead of going up 10 pounds by moving the slot. Doing this, I can only move up 5 pounds. I wish they had like 2.5-pound things so you could put on there. Micro load. Micro loading. For those that don't know, that's adding the tiniest amount of weight as a form of progression, right? Which the idea is you want to do more weight every week. So if you don't want to add 5 pounds to a lateral raise, you'll add like a 1-pound plate. People will buy like 1 pound, 2 pound, 3-pound plates for like $100 total, which, you know, you do you. I'm not spending that much money to micro load though. I'm not worried about it. Oh. Major dip on that side. I think it's because I'm using my stabilizing arm to hold myself against that post. When I'm doing that, my body wants to pull it forward while I'm pushing back with my arm. That's using my rear delt, which is the main reason I really wanted to find some sitting variation, and is an argument for using the rear delt fly machine, which now that I thought about it, I am going to go ahead and do that instead. Not now, but from now on if I come in here. Because, I mean, I do this at the rec center, so no real point in doing it here too. It's always a good idea to have a diverse exercise selection. So maybe you think, hey, this is a perfect exercise. It works me in this length, does all that. Do some stuff lengthen, do some stuff shorten, do some stuff just work the full range of motion. Try different force curves because you never really know what's best. Better to cover all your bases than try to specialize in one thing and find out you're wrong, especially with research that's still blooming. I need to raise this up one. So I'm trying to get down to like 30 degrees, right? But if I do that, the cable's kind of going under my line of pull, right? I want the cable on my arm to line up, right? So I know that when I'm moving, I'm pulling directly against the table and not wiggling around or whatever. I need to remember to wear my shirts with the decal on the back so I can actually post a back pick as my thumbnail. You know what I just did? Mixed up my bicep curl with my lateral raise. These are 45s. Let's grab 35s. Whoops. Oh well. I assume they'd have a side delt machine, right? Something where the pads are on your elbow or whatever. There's not. Well, then I was going to do shoulder press, but that was taken, so doing the same two movements I do every time for shoulders. I'd like to throw something else in there, but whatever. I'm not mad. I need to start reminding myself to look for whatever I'm going to do, both arms bilaterally first, and stop just hopping on the cables thinking I'm going to find something later. But c'est la vie, live you learn. We've got a cleaning crew in here because moving all the stuff out, taking all the dumbbells off and wiping them down. Something I'm highly thankful for because the amount of stuff I've seen people getting sick from, like infection stuff from grabbing the stuff at the gym. Wash your hands after lifting, man. Take it from me. Back on this machine again. You might be thinking, you just ending your workout with the same lift you started it with? No. Fundamentally different movements. Start off with a row, right? Coming here, not here, not here. here. Elbows tucked in. That's for lats, right? I wasn't coming up and stretching out my scapula. I was just letting my lats come out, pulling back here, right? That's it. Here I'm not even doing a row. I'm doing a Kelso shrug. What's a Kelso shrug? It's when you shrug, but instead of shrugging up, like you would using like a trap bar or dumbbells or whatever, you shrug back. Retract your scapula. Up shrug is for upper traps. Well, upper trap fibers kind of run side to side, so whether that's really better versus doing just a regular Kelso shrug, debatable. But the nice thing about Kelso shrug is it's also working your lower traps because it's squeezing your scapula. That's your traps job, your rhomboids job as well. Now traps and rhomboids, lower traps and rhomboids are something I think in general pop is the most important muscles you could re-strengthen. A lot of people are really tense, right? These upper traps are strong, but those lower traps and rhomboids are weak. I see it all the time in PT clinics, right? They're shrugging up. They can't move their arm up all the way because it's uncomfortable. It feels like too crowded. They always need a massage, whatever. They have too much tone in those upper tracts, so they need to strengthen the lower traps. So I would suggest to any casual lifter to do this instead. I mean, if you're advanced too, it doesn't hurt to do this instead. I think if you really are looking just to work your upper traps, then yeah, go ahead, just do a regular old shrug, but I'm telling you, man, give it a shot sometime. We've got this thing maxed out. We'll see how this goes. Might end up doing 15 reps. I sadly did not set up right. My arms were kind of down. Like, if my arms are down by my side, shrugging is all upper traps, like I just said. I'm shrugging from here, it's all my traps. I kind of had my arms down, so I was kind of getting more of an upward shrug. I think this is an exercise that definitely benefits from having the chest support because your traps are strong. Like, if all you're doing is this, you could load up way more weight than if I was, like earlier, I was doing a row. So, throw a gym pin on this or plate on this, or if you're doing one of those free weight row machines, you might have to throw like 5 plates on there to actually get anything done. Gosh, the way I explain things is way too long-winded for a short form video. I wanted to cut sections out, make them into TikToks and such, but I am not good at that. I think it's because TikToks are more scripted, so I'd have to do like vertical camera sitting at my desk with the script in front of me, or at least an idea or path of what I'm saying. On here, I'm just saying stuff that comes to mind. So I'm a little scatterbrained on here. If you don't like that, sorry. Whoops. I come into these videos with thoughts. I see a video online of people saying this happening, will it be it? And I think, oh, I'll bring that up in today's video. But 90% of the time, I just end up talking about whatever I'm thinking about at the moment. Whew. I think we'll call that good. Whew. Something I did notice, my butt scooted up the seat, so it kind of became that upper shrug again. So when you're doing this, make sure to keep your butt right so that you're keeping your arms in line with your pole. Whew. See you guys in the car or at home. So, just gonna head in, grab a protein drink. I'm not gonna be eating food this late, especially because I gotta shower and stuff anyways. Don't feel like making food. Eventually on here I will actually show some meal prep or what I'm eating throughout the day. Potentially do a full day of eating eventually. We'll see about that. See if it fits my video style. Overall, good lift. Really wish I could find a way to hit my rear delts nicely. I think I'm gonna end up having to find just some way to set it up on the rear delt row machine or something, man. Just something to not be so, like, I got the cuff here, right? So I'm using my triceps, I'm stabilizing here, which is using my off arm while I'm trying not to use my off arm. It's just a mess. I'll get it figured out eventually, but for now, that was a good enough lift. I'm not mad about it at all. So next lift will be arms in 3 days. Ooh, actually, you know what? I might spoil y'all and just go to P-Fit and do legs, because that's part of the reason I went to P-Fit or got my P-Fit membership, was because I don't mind recording at P-Fit. I just don't want to record at my school. So if I go to P-Fit to hit legs, you all will see it. So spoil y'all with that. Anyways, appreciate you. Love y'all for showing up. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments section. I will eventually do a Q&A if I ever get comments, so, or I'll just respond directly to you. All right, appreciate y'all.